The title of this devotion is Modern Day Good Samaritan. It had been a very busy Sunday morning for Carly. She was now a recent single mom of 4 girls. Marcia was 12 years old and was the quiet child and such a big help at home for her mom. Maggie was 10 years old with strawberry blonde hair, freckles, and a spitfire personality. Next in line was Marla. She was 8 years old with big blue eyes and curly brown hair like her mama. Last but not least was 6-year-old Mandy, whom all the other girls spoiled and protected. These 4 little girls were Carly's whole world. It had only been 3 months since Jake, her husband, and the father of her 4 children just up and abandoned them. Carly had heard that he had left town with a woman he had met at work. It had been really hard for Carly and the girls these past 3 months. Carly had always been a stay-at-home mom and took excellent care of her children's needs. Now she had to take a full-time job to pay the bills and provide for the girls, since no one knew where Jake had gone or how to get a hold of him for financial help. She was thankful she was able to work a day shift job and that she had Maggie to help with her sisters after school until she got home from work. For so many years now, she had wanted to go to church as a family. Jake always had some excuses. All those people there want is money, he would say. They say they are Christians, but do you ever see them out in the community doing any good for anyone? If that's how they are, I don't have anything to worry about, and you don't either. We're doing just fine without them. Besides, I don't like people all up in my business, he would say. Well, I just thought it would be nice to let the girls go to Sunday school and learn about the Bible and Jesus, said Carly. You can teach them that yourself. We have a Bible and you know how to read, said Jake. As Carly thought back on these conversations, she now felt guilty that she had not taken the girls herself, despite what Jake had said. But now it was different. Jake's negativity no longer controlled her. It was about her and the girls. Every time she drove by the pretty little church in town over from where they lived, she thought about what it would like to go and sit in the pew and listen to the beautiful singing and the preaching of God's word. She used to go as a child, and she felt that her own children had missed out, and she wanted to change that. Today was the day they were going to church as a family like she had always wanted. When Jake left, he took the best vehicle. The car he left for them was pretty much on its last wheel, but she wasn't about to let that stop her now. It was only about a 25-minute drive to the church that she always imagined her family going to. Okay, girls, it's time to go. We don't want to be late. Make sure you have your hats and gloves on. It's pretty cold outside and it takes a while to warm up the car, said Mom. The girls ran excitedly down the stairs with their coat zipped, hats and gloves on, and smiles on their faces. Everyone piled in their little car and they were off to church. They had been driving for about 10 minutes when they heard a big pop and the car started shaking. Carly pulled off the road and got out. They had a flat tire. Carly had never changed a tire in her life. Jake always took care of those things. Carly got back in the car to think about what to do. She knew this road usually had some traffic, so she was hoping someone would stop and help them. After they had sat there a few minutes, a middle-aged man and woman, all dressed up in their Sunday best, pulled up beside her. The lady rolled down her window. The man leaned forward and smiled at her. Are you having trouble? The man asked. Yes, sir. We have a flat tire, and I've never changed one before. I don't even know if I have the tools to fix it, said Carly. Well, ma'am, I wish I could help you, but I'm the pastor of a church, and I can't keep my congregation waiting. I'm sure someone else will come along soon that has the time, he said. Oh, okay, sir. That's fine. Thanks anyway, said Carly. 10-year-old Maggie spoke up. I thought pastors were supposed to help people. I guess Daddy was right. Oh, now Maggie, I know someone will be able to help us soon. We have to keep a good attitude. We are on our way to church, said Mom. Carly looked down at her watch. looked at her gas gauge, which was low, and started to feel frustrated with herself for not getting gas yesterday when she was running errands. About that time, another car pulled up with another couple and a baby, all dressed up in their Sunday best as well. Again, the lady rolled down her window and her husband leaned forward and smiled. "Hi there. Are you and your children having car trouble this morning?" the man asked. "Yes, sir, we are. We have a flat tire and I'm not sure if I have a spare or the tools to fix it. And I've actually never changed a tire before," said Carly. "Well, you know I would stay and help, but I've got my good clothes on and I have to get my wife to church on time to play the organ for the congregation." "I'm sure someone will come along real quick to help you," the man said. "Oh, that's okay. I'm sure someone will. Thanks anyway," said Carly, this time biting her bottom lip to keep from letting the girl see her cry. Her mini-me 8-year-old Marla looked up with big tears in her eyes and asked, "Doesn't God want us to go to church this morning, Mommy?" "Oh, honey, yes, he does. He wants everyone to come to his house." "Someone will come along soon. You'll see," said Mom. As soon as she said that, a man pulled up in a pickup truck. He got out of his truck and came over to Carly's window. "Are you having some trouble this morning, ma'am?" the man asked. Before Carly could answer, 10-year-old Maggie piped up and said, "Yes, we have a flat tire and 2 people stopped but wouldn't help us, and we're trying to get to church." Carly, embarrassed, apologized for her daughter's frustration. "Oh, that's all right, ma'am. I'd be frustrated too if I couldn't get a little help to get to church. I'll look in the back for a spare. I've got a jack and everything else we'll need." "Well, I don't see a spare tire, but I tell you what, I'll take you ladies to your church and then I'll run over to my buddy's tire shop and get a tire to put on. Then I'll pick you up after the service and take you back to your car. It should be good as new by then," the man said. "Oh, you are a godsend," said Carly. "Let me give you some money for the tire." "No, ma'am, I don't need any money. I just want to get you ladies to the Lord's house," he said. "Do you go to church?" asked 6-year-old Mandy. "Yes, sweetheart, I do," he said. "Well, won't you be late if you help us?" she asked. "Yes, I will, but somehow I don't think the Lord would mind, do you?" he asked. Little Mandy just smiled, shook her head and said, "No." Everyone loaded up in the man's truck and headed for the beautiful little church up the road. They arrived with not a minute to spare. "I'll walk you ladies in and then I'll go get that tire," he said. As the 6 of them walked in the church, you could have heard a pin drop. The man behind the pulpit was the first man that had stopped to ask if they needed help. When he saw them, he dropped his head in shame. He glanced over at his wife, and she also dropped her head. The organist stopped playing and glanced over at her husband. He turned and looked at them with a shocked look on his face and turned back around. The whole church turned to look at the family, but no one greeted them or offered them a seat. The kind men with them bent down and whispered in Carly's ear, "Ma'am, our little church isn't fancy, but we have the love of God in it. I would like to invite you and the girls to be my guests this morning. My dad is the pastor and my mom will be thrilled to have you visit and worship with us. Would that be all right with you?" Carly nodded her head and said, "Yes, we would like that." As they pulled out of the parking lot, he said, "By the way, my name is Glenn." "Thank you, Glenn, for your kindness," said Carly. The motto of the story is, enter to worship, depart to serve. Enter to worship refers to the act of gathering together for reflection, prayer, singing, and hearing sermons that aim to deepen one's relationship with God. Depart to serve emphasizes the responsibility that comes with worship. It should translate into tangible actions of service, such as helping those in need, showing kindness, and contributing to the well-being of the community. The saying, enter to worship, depart to serve, highlights that these two aspects are interconnected. Worship is meant to inspire and empower service, and service is the outward expression of the faith cultivated through worship. Luke 10:25-37 says, "And behold, a certain lawyer stood up and tempted him, saying, Master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? He said unto him, What is written in the law? How readest thou? And he answering said, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. And he said unto him, Thou hast answered correctly. This do, and thou shalt live. But he, willing to justify himself, said unto Jesus, And who is my neighbor? And Jesus answering said, A certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and fell among thieves, which stripped him of his raiment, and wounded him, and departed, leaving him half dead. And by chance there came down a certain priest that way, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. And likewise the Levite, when he was at that place, came and looked on him, and he passed by on the other side. But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him, and went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring in oil and wine, and set him on his own beast, and brought him to an inn, and took care of him. And on the morrow, when he departed, he took out 2 pence, and gave to the host, and said unto him, Take care of him, and whatsoever thou spendest more, when I come again, I will repay thee. Which now of these 3 thinkest thou was neighbor unto him that fell among the thieves? And he said, He that showed mercy on him. Then Jesus said unto him, Go, and do thou likewise.
In trouble and doubt, I cry out to you. In my